This video is about creating a value scale in pencil. Value in art is the change from light to dark, and when we change from light to dark we can create a sense of form, a sense of 3D. For this you will need a piece of paper, a pen. You'll need two pencils. They need to be different kinds of pencil. Each pencil has a number and a letter. For this one you need a 4B pencil and an HB pencil. Eraser is useful, and you will also need a ruler. Start off with your piece of paper and start by writing value scales in pencil. Then you're going to draw two long rectangles. Okay, and then divide the rectangles into 5 boxes. I've already done one, so now I'll do one more. So the rectangles are 15 centimeters long. So I'm going to put my ruler down and I will draw all the way to 15. Okay. I'll then just draw down the side. The length of it doesn't matter too much, but you can make it about 2 centimeters if you want. That will work, or a little bit longer. I think I've done mine a bit longer, so maybe 2.5 centimeters will be good. Alright, and then I'm going to do along the bottom as well. Try and keep it roughly straight. And again, all the way to, oops, 15. I've overshot, that's okay. And drawing the dots. It's okay if you overshoot a bit. Now, just with your ruler, mark out the different sections. We've got 5 sections. We've got 15, so each section is therefore 3 centimeters. So I'm going to mark along 3, and then 6, 9, 12. And then I'm going to draw straight lines, just going up. My ruler's sticking a bit here. I don't know why. Okay, so then you'll have boxes. Should end up with something like this. Alright, now at the side, take your pen. At the top of one side I'm going to write HB, and the other one I'm going to write 4B. Now what you're going to do is you're going to shade each box, but each box will get progressively darker. So this will be light, it'll get darker and darker and darker. So you'll have a scale. There's a couple of different ways to create lights and darks using a pencil, and you can have a practice at the bottom. Okay, one way is through pressure. So if I press down very lightly with my pencil, it doesn't make too much of an impression. However, if I press a bit harder, it becomes darker, and if I press really hard, it's very dark. So one way is through pressure. Another option is to layer it. So this time, keep the pencil very light, not a lot of pressure. I'm going to do the same thing here, but this time I'm going to go over it. So I'm going to do another layer. So you can see that one's a little bit darker. I can do the same thing again here. 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers. You can even change the direction. That will also help to make it darker. This gives you a lot of control. So obviously the more layers you add, I'll try one more here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what happens if I do 5? Just keep adding layers. So if you want a very gradual change, this is a good way to do it. Alright, have a go at the different techniques, see which you like. Now we're ready to do our scale. So I'm going to start, just check what pencil I've got. Here I've got the HB pencil. So I'm going to start by shading in the first box. Remember, the first box on the left side is very light. Try and keep inside the lines. Okay, you can change the direction. It's very light. Alright, now next one. I'm going to press down a little bit harder here. Take your time with this, it's not a race. Okay. So this one is just that bit darker. I'm going to go over it a bit. Should be able to see it's getting darker and darker. Now the next one. And as I go up towards the edge, I tend to slow down. This is good practice for careful drawing and shading. And change the direction of your pencil. Okay, so that's a little bit darker. I'm going to just do another layer here. Okay, and fourth one. I'm going to use a combination of pressure and layering here, so I'm pressing down harder. So already you can see that first layer is darker. And now I'm going to just layer over. I'm going crossways this time. This helps to avoid white patches and going over the same area the same time. And another layer. Okay. And then last one. I'm going to press down quite hard now. Okay, and again I'm pressing down pretty much as hard as I can now without breaking the lead. Notice that my pencil isn't on its point, it's at the side. This gives me more lead and I don't end up with scratchy marks. Alright, brilliant. Perfect. I'm happy with that. Nice range going from very light to very dark. Each one is different. That's the HB. I'm now going to switch over to my 4B pencil and repeat the process. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start with the light one and go this way. If you are left-handed, you might want to reverse that. You can go dark to light, or you can go light to dark, but you'll want to go this way, otherwise you will smudge the ones that you've already done, okay, if you're left-handed. I'm right-handed, I'm going to start here. So, again, this time, my pencil's slightly on its side. I'm trying not to press down at all. Now, switching between the HB and the 4B, you might notice some differences. I'm going to wait till the end to talk about those differences. Okay, that's one all done. Second one. And I'm going slowly. I want to do this carefully. I'm pressing down a bit harder. One way to get a lighter pressure is actually to hold your pencil further towards the end. This way you can press down hard, you get a lot of control. If you hold it in the middle, you automatically reduce the pressure. Okay. So that one's already a bit darker. Okay, let's go for number 3 now. Using the side of my pencil, pressing down a bit more. I'm just going to do another layer over. All right, number 3 is done. Number 4. Another layer, and last one. Now, do you see I'm holding my pencil further down now? I can get more pressure that way. Okay. Out to the edges. And layer again, really pressing hard without breaking the lead. Okay, right, I've got my 2 value scales. You should notice some differences between the HB and the 4B. The 4B tends to be darker, so the higher the number on a pencil, if it's a B pencil, the higher the number, the softer it will be, the darker it will be. It will pick up the texture of the paper a lot more. You will get thicker lines. An HB, however, is a harder pencil. It's the one right in the middle. It's good for lighter colors and more precise lines. All right, your turn now, and you can do it with HB and 4B. You could also do it with other pencils to see what kind of effects you can get.